The opinions expressed in the following program are that of the host and our guests. They do not necessarily reflect the opinions of CWC Entertainment Group LLC, its affiliates, or any employee thereof.
Yeah. I might make a wonder. Canary Diamond, welcome to the Vincent Chapter Radio Show. They do it big, y'all. Good music, laughs, and so much more. Hey, you can hear y'all.
Yeah, man. Syndicated, award-winning, syndicated. This is the VTRS Vince Tucker Radio Show. It's my man Vincent Heartbreak Tucker.
What up? It's that young man Remon.
And we're holding it down for Myskenna.
Yeah.
Who's trying to win Mother of the Year.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it was Deja?
Yeah.
Deja got a volleyball tournament going on, so she out supporting the baby girl.
Charity is working, she's putting in work for her 9 to 5. She gotta keep the lights on.
Absolutely. Gotta pay them bills.
That is very important. And Yellostar, we're not totally sure, but
we're assuming he's okay.
Yeah, that's what's important.
Does that make us bad friends? Because neither one of us have tried to check in.
That's true, because Tina is his handler and she's not here. Damn it.
And then we established last week that Yellostar is your handler, so.
Good point. Yeah, he did check on me at 45 minutes later as I woke up really late. I like how I was rolling up to the building and he's like, you don't have to show up. I was like, bruh.
But we was all kind of assuming that when you said you know what I'm saying, that you woke up late, we was all kind of assuming that you wanted us to give you an out. Nah, you go ahead and send this one out.
I went to go do my notes. I hadn't finished my notes. So I didn't want to show up not ready, and then right. I didn't realize how long it took. So, duly noted. How's everything been, bro?
Everything's been good, man. I'm out here, you know what I'm saying, grinding, getting ready for, the release of Devil's Town coming up this summer, so excited about that, you know what I'm saying. Plus got my man Logic is getting married, you know what I mean, about to go participate in that wedding with one of the grooms. Got my tuxedo in the car, you know what I'm saying, fitted. You know what I'm saying? About to get suited and booted out here. You know what I'm saying? Try to catch me one of these bridesmaids. Baby.
Damn it. Devil's Town, that's the film project you were talking about, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's a short film series that we got coming up, man. Me and my partner is with Archangel Productions. So it's a collaborative effort. I'm producing it. Plus, I'm actually got a feature role in it. So I'm getting my act on, making my acting debut. But I'm very excited about it. We're releasing chapter 1 this summer in June, so y'all be on the lookout for that.
Definitely.
How about yourself, brother?
Man, I've been making it, man. I've been I guess anybody who's been listening to Cardi B's album will understand. I've been living my best life. Word to Chance and Cardi. For those who don't know, I frequent the nightlife. I MC, promote events here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex area. So the weekly Friday event I MC out here at Union Park, it's up on Friday at Union Park here in Addison, Texas. And Charity had came through to try to annoy Remon and hell, I'm sure y'all can't annoy me. That's what she does best. So I was telling Charity, I was like, listen, I love my job, I love my life. Yeah. And I was telling her, like, listen, my dating life has never been difficult.
Yeah.
I think any woman I've really, really wanted to hang out with, I've always been able to do it.
Right.
But I was telling her, I said, I feel like some of the same ladies that I see week in, week out, like, they're treating me a little bit different these days. And I don't I know I'm down 35 pounds, but I feel like, all of a sudden they, some of these same women are showing me more interest.
Oh man,
you were.
I mean, you know how it is when you get, you know what I'm saying? Like you start slimming down, you know what I mean? They start looking at it like, oh, wait a minute.
But Charity, like I keep Charity around, I guess burst my bubble. She's right. Like, well, you know what it is. Cause I was like, listen, I said at 278 pounds, I've been.
Hey, still pulling them.
I'm Heartbreak all day, every day.
All day, every day.
It's different now because you have more confidence. I'm like, I've been having confidence. What are you talking about?
Hold up. Vincent Tucker has never, ever had a problem with his confidence.
Thank you. Jay, that's my whole night up. I was sitting there wondering, for real?
Vincent almost pulled the cake back out.
I I ain't never been slick on confidence. Shoot, as soon as she left, I went to go back in and apply my craft in the room.
Hey.
People like, it's your wife? No, that was, squash that rumor. Squash that rumor.
Ain't about to mess up my dating life.
Exactly. I need you to leave, Charity.
Ain't about to mess up my rotation.
They think we together. I need you to leave right now. Let me walk you to the car.
Need you to move around.
Jesus, man. That's my mojo. I've always been confident. Now watch everybody gonna tell me, no, dog. I'm wondering though. I'm like, if you lady, you love me at 278. Like,
right.
Am I supposed to accept you at 243?
Right. I mean, you can do what you always do.
What's that?
You could date them for a month and then drop them.
That's true.
Just so you can get back. You know what I'm saying?
That's not true. Oh my God.
Cause you petty Pendergrass.
Oh my God, I hate this dude. Hey, keep it locked, Syndicate in the world, and this is the VTRS. Be right back.
Bring it back, Mr. Heartbreak. Now take a crazy dude to do a song like this. I'm a little weird and crazy at the same time. Dangerous combination. Jerry Sandusky, Jerry Sandusky, Jerry Sandusky, Jerry Sandusky. He about to get the kids. Who? Jerry Sandusky, Jerry Sandusky, Jerry Sandusky. Do I hear slapping butts? What? Jerry Sandusky, Jerry Sandusky, Jerry Sandusky. Oh, I hear shower water run. Jerry Sandusky, Jerry Sandusky, Jerry Sandusky. Somebody call the cops. Jerry stole my manhood, told me keep my mouth quiet. Boy, we playing Robin Hood, told me where he wanted me. My hands around my ankles. What's that Mr. Jerry call you? Mr. Dangle, Dangle, you punk, you creep. Calling you the tickle monster. Shouts out to the dude who saw you and didn't even try to want to punish you with my butt. You see me on TV. Better back up. I know Patrono. All I got is my bird and my word. Now the dude is gone, clean me up and make me dirty in the shower. Man, you rude. Freddy Krueger. I tried to told you he wanted my, hey man, hold on. Stop.
Wow. Oh my God.
But
he wanted my, hold up.
Oh my God. But at the same time, I didn't just want to get his side of the story.
There's more to this?
I wanted to get Jerry's side. I did an interview with Jerry, and this is what he told me. So Jerry, I just need to know. You got some charges against you, man. Just tell me exactly what were you doing? I wear clothes, I wear booty at the same damn time. Coaching kids, touching kids at the same damn time. Selling butt, selling kids at the same damn time. Touching two bad booties at the same damn time. 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 I'm in Ben, I'm in Mark at the same damn time. At the same damn time. At the same damn time. Name is Jerry, I'm a freak. Love to play that hide and sweet. Sing within my face, and boy, you know that I'ma come and beat. I'm guilty, I'm not innocent. They gon' take me to prison, man. Busted down Lil Benjamin, then took him to Chili's, man. That's the way I'm hitting it. Your boy, he sit on top of me. Puerto Rican don't discriminate, I like it in the sheet. Yeah, boy, on top of me. Learning all his ABCs. Funny on Netflix, setting out the whole thing. Blow the whistle siren, then he joined the tickle team. Boys club, no girls club. In the shower, fresh and clean. Tears on my shirt, handling it, doing work. Lil Timmy on my team, horror scene, living the dream. Jerry coming with the spike, drop you off at night. Grab a pillow, hold it tight. At the same damn time. I was big, I was born at the same damn time. I was coach, I was biz at the same damn time. I like Titans, I like backs at the same damn time. At the same damn time. At the same damn time. I like back tight ends at the same damn time. I chill in the kids at the same damn time. At the same damn time. At the same damn time. What? Oh! He raped them kids! I'm sorry. He raped them kids! That's not right.
This is the Vincent Tucker Radio Show. Vincent Tucker Radio Show.
With me.
Playing today's best music. Playing today's best music.
Came through tripping. Diamonds on my wrist, they tripping.
Came through dripping. Came through dripping.
Can you focus on me? Baby, can you focus? If they're trying to party with the queen, they gon' have to sign a non-disclosure. I took the top of the Maybach. I took the top of the Maybach.
You are listening to the Vincent Tucker Radio Show. iHeartRadio does something no other app or website can do. Thousands of live radio stations you can take anywhere. Want to listen to that station in Denver when you're in Philly? No problem. In Atlanta and you miss LA? No problem. Plus, iHeartRadio lets you create your own custom artist station. DJ Khaled, and it's iHeartRadio. Just type in the artist you love and iHeartRadio creates a station just for you. With their biggest hits, all commercial free. Free radio and unlimited music all in one app. iHeartRadio.
Yeah, man. Syndicated, award-winning, syndicated. This is the VTRS Vincent Tucker Radio Show. Vincent Heartbreak Tucker, Remon, and Yellostar has arisen from wherever he's arisen from to be here with us. we say,
why are you making me sound like Blackula?
You're a little too light skinned to be Blackula.
And you taking shots. I just got here.
Listen, at least
can we pretend like this is the man cave for a minute?
I'm moving into my my original position, letting Yellostar do his job, engineering the board to show today.
I'll take over temporarily if you want a break. And no, diabetes is hard.
It has nothing to do with diabetes.
Until Vincent want to take control again.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
Let me know what I'm not doing right.
I can't win for losing.
And then what's funny about it, he won't tell you what you're doing wrong. He'll just do it himself.
He'll just fix it in post.
Hey, listen, I've been on that Cole album, KOD, heavy. Been on the Cardi B's latest album, heavy. I've been on these two new Nicki Minaj records, heavy. I'm so glad Nicki figured this out, because that 3-pack from Paris she did last year with no frauds and regrets and all that,
she could have
kept horrible. That was horrible.
She could have kept that.
I'm glad she took her break and disappeared and figured out how to make hit songs again. So, shout out to Nicki.
You mean she disappeared and found a new ghostwriter?
No. Stop it.
I was just joking.
Stop it.
I was just joking.
But on the subject of ghostwriters, first of all, I've said this before in this program. I'm gonna say it again, because all this Nicki and Cardi debate I see on my social media timelines daily. I do know it is okay to like both of them. You do not have to choose sides.
No, they're girls. You can't like two girls at the same time.
At least I never knew that I was following so many Cardi stans and so many Nicki stans until recently.
But I mean, that to me, I look at that like that's just the sport of hip hop. It's a very competitive sport.
But why are fans so petty that you feel like you can only like one?
I have no idea.
I think it's because we're not used to hearing two hot girls at the same time.
But no, and we can't say that because like,
no, I mean like killing the streets. Like we know that hip hop has always had quality female MCs. We know that. But I mean, ones that are killing the streets all at the same time.
But I can't think of a period where two females at this level are killing it.
Right. Because when it was Foxy, it didn't switch to Lil' Kim. Right?
Well, they were
about the same time, but I mean, one of them definitely had that.
But even then, it was pick one.
Exactly.
Are you Foxy or you Kim?
Exactly.
But here's the thing. I think the industry itself pits women against each other.
Yeah, Brandy and Monica.
But
pick one.
The boy is mine.
But the thing is, it's like I've been heavy on my 90s hip hop stuff, and even going back and listening to female hip hop. And like the thing with the women in the 90s is that they actually worked together. They was in each other's videos. Like I was looking at the Brat video yesterday. MC Lyte was in it. You got like T-Boz from TLC was in it. Like these women, they was actually working together and working like in each other's videos. Right. So it didn't give you an opportunity to say that they got beef with each other.
So for those who know, I'm an editor of entertainment editor of two websites, Fastlight.com, Urban.com. So I get paid.
And producer of the Vincent Tucker radio show.
Okay, well, we didn't say all the roles.
Syndicated award winner.
I would say Foot Action brand ambassador. But anyway, we're not talking about all my roles. But as far as entertainment stuff, I get a check to have to care about stuff I really don't care about, to tell you the truth.
Right.
And I have to track trends and track conversations. Right. So this whole Nicki and Cardi stuff, I gotta track it. I gotta see the feedback on both sides. And so I really sat down, and me and one of the writers just sat down and really looked at some of the commentary and the feedback from the anti-Cardi crowd, aka the Minaj gang, whatever. I forgot their name right now. They'll come to you. Don't attack me on social media. I'll remember y'all name in a second. But the
Minaj Trois.
No, that's y'all attack Remon. I didn't say that. So there's people in the Nicki crowd saying,
hashtag me too.
Well, we can't take Cardi serious because she don't write her rhymes.
Offset.
Okay. First of all, I get it. Some of y'all first introduction to Cardi was Bodak Yellow.
Right.
For somebody like me who had her music before then, or even knew it before that on Instagram, if you picked up Cardi B's album with the expectation for her dropping bars,
right,
you need to go take a long walk off a short bridge.
Right. Yep.
Cardi has never presented herself in that fashion. She never said I was the hippity hop, hit you with these bars rapper.
And she's the top tier lyricist or anything like that. She's never
presented herself like that. And let's just be honest, especially after Cardi did I think she did 225 first week.
Yeah.
Congrats on that. I mean, she better, because Atlantic put a lot of money into this promo, but that's another conversation. By the way, you can tell Charlamagne was on the payroll. Charlamagne made so many. Never mind. Anyway, I'm just saying, Atlantic could have cut us a check. We could have been on that too. Anyway,
sure. You could still do that,
right? But I'm like, I don't think it matters. When this stuff came out against Drake and Meek Mill, and to Drake's credit, if you look at his credits on his album, he has never hid the fact that he had collaborators. They're in the credits.
But I think a lot of people don't read credits. So, like you and me, we music nerds. Right. You know what I mean? Like, so we buy albums, we look at the credits, we look at the liner notes and all of that kind of stuff. But the average listener is not doing that stuff. So they don't know what's going on in the credits. They don't know who wrote what or who produced what. Right. So it's like, it's something new to them to hear that somebody else might be writing these songs.
And Drake was able to survive that, and he's had many more number ones since then.
Right.
Why does ghostwriting matter at this point? I don't think it matters anymore.
I think it's because, like, our generation is different than this one, obviously, but I think now we're in a generation of authenticity. You just do whatever you put out, whatever you are, and YouTube. There's no like recutting or reshoots. You just do hard cuts and fix everything in post. Like, so I feel like, and the way people like post, like, I'm upset about this or I'm sad about this, like, people post stuff like that right now. So I think right now it's just ghostwriting is just like inauthenticity because it's not your writing, but it's you saying the words. I think that has a lot to do with it. I think that's what people try to say it's about. But I mean, I think it has to do with authenticity, personally.
I think, and I'm not going to argue with you on that, but I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that we've, like, this generation, because it's coming from people in this generation, these millennials, that are all up in arms about, Cardi B not writing her rhymes or whoever is not writing their rhymes. And I think a lot of it has to do with them trying to prove themselves to us before them, because when you look back, we was claiming that our artists was so much better and these artists was trash or whatever, so they try to vet out the trash artists or the people who ain't authentic or whatever. But, here's the thing that people have to understand. Like, again, I'm a music nerd. Like, I love music. Ghostwriting has been a part of hip hop since the beginning. The first hip hop song that was on radio, Rapper's Delight, wasn't written by the people who was rapping the song.
Was it Curtis Blow?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So it's something that's been a part of it. We know about Eazy-E, Ice Cube, and DLC. Will Smith has had ghostwriters. Dr. Dre has had ghostwriters. Diddy has had ghostwriters. So this is something that's been a part of hip hop. Absolutely. this is something that's been a part of hip hop since the very beginning.
You went from Jay-Z to
I mean, I'm just, listen, say what you want to say, to a demographic of people, Bow Wow is a legend to them.
Okay, fair enough.
Right. No, it was hard for me to realize that.
Look, like you said, those people should take a long walk.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I feel like that's a small subset of our demo.
Keep it locked to VTRS.
It's your boy Lil Jon. Make sure you check out my guest DJ station on iHeartRadio. I'm gonna hook somebody up with a trip to my show. You and your homie will go snowboarding with me, then hang out with me backstage at my concert. All you gotta do to enter is listen to my guest DJ station on iHeartRadio. So let's get it. Search Lil Jon guest DJ on iHeartRadio right now. iHeartRadio. It's time for the good.
Yo, good, the bad, ugly. Vincent Heartbreak Tucker holding it down for Myskenna, who's out here trying to win Mother of the Year right now.
Yeah.
She do a good job. She might. Take care of my nieces, damn it. Covered award entries continue to shower programs spearheaded by black creatives with praise. According to OK Player, Jay-Z's riveting documentary Time, the Kalief Browder story, has received a Peabody Award, beating out 60 hopefuls. The 2017 Spike TV feature depicted the life of Kalief Browder, a Bronx teen who was jailed for a crime he didn't commit.
Yeah.
While detained at Rikers Island with no hope of bail or trial, Browder endured physical and mental abuse in solitary confinement. 2 years after he was released, the trauma became too much to bear and he committed suicide. His death sparked protests for the shutdown of Rikers Island.
I mean, and that was a great documentary. It was a bit long, like, cause I think it was a 6-part documentary and each one was like an hour long.
Yeah.
It was a great documentary, and I think it definitely, because now they're getting to the point where they're getting ready to shut down Rikers Island.
Man.
And hopefully within the next, decade or so. So hats off to Jay-Z for doing that documentary. And also not only rest in peace to Kalief Browder, but rest in peace to his mother, because his mother passed away. And I feel like she died from a broken heart, man.
Oh, totally.
After what they did to her son.
Totally. And we also have to thank the other executive producer on that.
Absolutely.
Harvey Weinstein.
Do we really want to thank?
I don't think we.
I mean, if we gonna thank one executive producer,
no. I don't think we have to do anything.
Oh yeah, good point.
You can do whatever you want to do.
Like, I intentionally left his name out for a reason.
On the other end of the TV spectrum, one of the summer's favorite broadcasts and the reason to puff his chest out, Issa Rae's Insecure took home a Peabody in the entertainment category. Season 3 premiere date should be announced soon for that show.
It's time for the bad.
Toni Braxton. She may want to get on top of her tackling for jumping the broom with the feathery rap king Birdman. The singer owes almost $1 million in back taxes from 2015 until now. According to The Blast, 4 teens have been filed against Braxton recently. 2 from the state of California and 2 from the federal government. Recently, Tiny and T.I. cleared their share debt of over 1.3 to the IRS, and maybe Toni may want to reach out to her fiance to help her clear up her debt.
Look, Birdman ain't even paying Lil Wayne. You think he's gonna pay the
He said they're getting it right.
He ain't paying all the other producers on
You're right.
IRS gonna have to wait on their money. Or if Birdman do pay that debt, everybody else gonna have to wait on their money just a little bit longer.
Right.
Now, it's time for the ugly.
In this day and time, it's hard to tell who is telling the truth and who's making stuff up. It used to be that if a person had visual proof, such as a photo or video, it was automatically true.
Right.
But now almost anyone could doctor any photo or any video to make it look like something it is not. One thing's for sure, Waka Flocka Flame hasn't always done right by his very attractive wife, Tammy Rivera. Another thing is for certain, though, that he has done everything he can since messing up to win her back. So if the following situation is true, it's really sad on many levels. But there is a college-age girl who is getting a lot of looks on IG right now with some really bold claims. She was filmed showing off on her Snapchat with a shirtless Waka Flocka Flame sitting on her bed. And when the camera turned to her, she screams, "I effed Waka Flocka." But we're hoping that this photo and this video is doctored, and who knows, it could be anywhere. Hopefully it's an old video, but she's pretty adamant that, that's Waka Flocka in the bed and she just screwed him.
Look, Waka, you got one defense. That is, it wasn't me.
The Shaggy defense?
You can't prove it wasn't me. You deny it till you die.
Damn it, Walker. Tammy, I hate to be that guy, but Tammy, you know I'm available. This is true. I've been ATL today.
You don't want Walker showing up at your doorstep, brother.
Good point.
You don't want the
Good point.
You might want to backstep.
You know, and he's a former guest on the show. I should have more respect for him.
Yes,
Sorry.
sir.
Is that the only reason? Because he was a good.
No, I'm just scared he'd beat me up.
Oh, okay.
And that's the good, the bad, and the ugly. Keep it locked.
Playing today's best music.
Take it down, 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 down. I'ma get it up. Let me switch up the tempo. Let me switch up the tempo. Put your phone out, gotta hit them angles. Put your phone out, snapping like you Fable. And you showing off, but it's alright. I woke up in Chris Brown's body. So hot it turned into Freaky Friday.
You are listening to the Vincent Tucker Radio Show. iHeartRadio does something no other app or website can do. Thousands of live radio stations you can take anywhere. Want to listen to that station in Denver? When you're in Philly? No problem. In Atlanta? And you miss LA? No problem. Plus, iHeartRadio lets you create your own custom artist station. DJ Khaled, and this is iHeartRadio. Just type in the artist you love, and iHeartRadio creates a station just for you. With their biggest hits, all commercial free. Free radio and unlimited music, all in one app. iHeartRadio. This is the Vincent Tucker Radio Show. Vincent Tucker Radio Show. Y'all gonna learn today.
What up, people? It's that young man Remon, and it's time for today's reality check. Now, today's reality check is going out to none other than Mr. Robert Kelly.
Do you like teenage girls?
R. Kelly, that's right. Now, if you haven't heard by now, just this past week, R. Kelly's spokesperson, entertainment attorney, and assistant have all recently resigned from their positions after recent allegations of him knowingly giving a woman a sexually transmitted disease and grooming an underage woman to be his quote-unquote sex pet. Now, all of this news comes after a string of allegations that R. Kelly has been the head of a sex cult going on this past year. And after this, maybe it's time for R. Kelly. Maybe he'll actually admit that he has a problem. I'm shaking my head at you right now, sir. Pause. I think the world would be a little more forgiving if you would just come out and be open about your past indiscretions. If you would just come out and admit that you have a problem. If you would just come out and say, you know what, I've done some things that I'm not proud of, and I'm taking the steps to make amends for my past mistakes.
Well, he'd have to start doing that.
He'd have to start doing that, wouldn't he?
My mind's telling me no.
But instead of owning up to your behavior, you keep denying it.
Do you like teenage girls? When you say teenage, how old are we talking?
Somebody who's still in their teens, bro. What you mean what I mean?
I have some 19-year-old friends, but I don't like anybody illegal if that's what we're talking about, underage.
My goodness, man.
Do not listen to the people that was fired. You know, don't even listen to the people that was hired.
You keep denying it. You keep acting like everybody else is the problem.
My body's telling me yeah.
You keep making it seem like everybody else is unfairly out to get you, brother.
Unfortunately, the people that don't work for me says that. The people that do work for me don't say that.
The reality of the situation is this. People who refuse to accept accountability for their actions and accept responsibility for their behavior, they are incapable of learning from their mistakes. They will continue to make the same mistakes over and over again. And you know what, Robert? If you keep at it, everybody in your circle is going to leave you. And then you ain't going to have no wall of defense. You will be faced with your past indiscretions whether you want to or not.
Some people think that you like underage girls. What do you say to that? Well, those people that don't know Robert, they don't know me.
Your best line of defense right now is to just come out and say, I need help. And then you just may get the help that you need. That's today's reality check. You can take that to the bank.
But there is something that I must confess.
don't see nothing wrong.
No, we're not doing that.
I see plenty wrong, especially when you talk about underage girls.
When you say teenage, how old are we talking?
Y'all gonna learn today.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Check this out.
Are you stupid?
This week in stupid.
So I don't know. I think I'm against this, but I got to get y'all's opinion.
Okay.
And the thing is, this started in Europe, so let's just keep that in mind. Everybody knows about Botox. People been getting it all over. People been injecting cement in their butts and all kinds of stuff to enhance their bodies. Men are getting Scrotox.
What is it?
It's Botox in your balls.
To keep your scrotum sack from getting all wrinkly.
Right. Like, because it's Botox, it relaxes the muscles in your scrotum, so it lets them hang lower and enhances the size, makes them look bigger.
I'm not taking no risk with my balls. I just can't.
I can't.
Right, because there's a chance your swimmers could be affected,
Like,
for sure.
Yeah, because, I mean, you're talking about sticking a needle in my scrotum sack? Like, I can't, no.
Hell no.
Right.
No, ain't no way in hell.
Yeah, I don't think I could. They said that, they inject it directly into the testicle, so it's not like you get an IV or it's going down there eventually. Like, this is straight into your balls. And, people say help with sex, but it's just because you have more confidence. It doesn't actually do anything for you physically.
Right, so it don't help with blood flow or nothing.
Right. They say it can decrease sweating, but
From my balls.
exactly.
I'm sorry, there's a CB4 reference.
But I don't know. Are y'all like? Do y'all think that women care what your balls look like, or do you think that
The lights are off. Hell no.
So is this just men doing it to make themselves feel good? Like it's just about them?
I have a question for those men. When are you looking at your balls?
That's a good question.
Why do you even notice that your balls are wrinkly in the first place?
Because they're sexting, I guess. But who puts that in the picture?
Thank you.
I don't know.
More questions than need
answers,
man.
But I don't really care to hear them.
I know, right?
Listen,
That's the truth.
I had a dick pic phase. I was sending them out, but I was not. Hell no.
Just so everyone's aware,
Please delete those
Scrotox is not FDA approved. So
all three of y'all delete those pictures, please. Sorry. Go ahead.
Just three?
Yeah, I only said 3 women. Now I don't know if they shared them with more women.
Is it the same pic?
It was.
You know what? I'm gonna stop asking questions.
I had the right angle.
I don't need any more information.
I don't even want to know.
No. I think this is dumb. I think for something that is not seen most of the time, like it's different for, women with breasts or, even men who want to like get more defined like pecs or whatever,
right,
if they're getting surgery for that. But like for something that somebody really doesn't see and is usually below your eye level, like I think it's just a little silly to kind of do that. That's This Week in Stupid. I don't have anything else. I don't know what to say about this.
You just said it's Europe, right?
No, it started in Europe, but people are doing it in the USA.
I'm out.
People doing it in New York.
I'm going to assume that these are all Caucasian people.
I mean, it sounds
like a very Caucasian thing to do.
It does, but
watch all these brothers pop up.
But that's the thing I'm thinking. Like people like, hey, you want me to give you my guy's contact info? Like, he'll come through.
You want my ball doctor?
You're right. Exactly.
Hashtag ass heartbreak up next is the VTRS.
You want to tighten up?
Don't ass heartbreak that.
Got wrinkles in your balls?
Baby.
Playing today's best music.
Imagine if I never met the broskies. God's plan.
Listen to my heart go vital.
That's on Tommy Campos. We live like Sopranos. And I walk it like I talk it. Walk it like I talk it. Walk it.
You were listening to the Vincent Tucker Radio Show. iHeartRadio does something no other app or website can do. Thousands of live radio stations you can take anywhere. Want to listen to that station in Denver, but you're in Philly? No problem. In Atlanta and you miss LA? No problem. Plus, iHeartRadio lets you create your own custom artist station. DJ Khaled, and this is iHeartRadio. Just type in the artist you love, and iHeartRadio creates a station just for you with their biggest hits, all commercial free. Free radio and unlimited music, all in one app. iHeartRadio.
Check this out. Got something to say? Or you want to make a request? That's what I want y'all to do. Then call us at 1-877-99-VINCE and press 1.
Facebook.com/I'm Heartbreak. I'm one with the people. People from all over, whether it's on Facebook or my email address listed on my Facebook page. They reach out. They have questions. They want us to use our wisdom or lack of wisdom to comment and give them advice on some of these I feel are ridiculous situations. So this is what's up next. And I just realized this girl is from Atlanta, so this question might make sense. I can see the jokes from Remon right now.
ATL, shawty.
She's like Samantha. Samantha from Atlanta.
Okay.
She said it would be my 2-year anniversary with my boyfriend at the end of the month.
He's gay.
We are planning our vacation.
Damn, Remon. Damn.
Sorry.
We're planning our vacation, but here's the problem. We are in a long distance relationship.
He's gay.
Oh, she says I live in Atlanta and he lives in New York.
Oh, never mind.
Never mind. My joke is null and void then. Last time I saw him was Thanksgiving. We FaceTime every day. However, there's been weeks in the past where he would ignore me. Although I love him and I'm happy to see him soon, I want him to get tested. Tested before we have sex again. But the problem is he gets upset at me for asking him to get tested. Am I in the wrong? Do I seem like I don't trust him? Should I end it if he doesn't get tested?
I mean, unless you have a reason to suspect, like for sure, like to me in any relationship, if somebody walks up to you and says you should get tested, there's a problem there. I don't know whose problem it is, but somebody has a problem. Because either you don't trust that person or that person is stepping out. But why is it that you just all of a sudden think the first thing you need to do is get tested? Like,
I mean, while it is smart, you know, because y'all are on a long distance relationship and you don't know what the other person is doing. If it was me personally, I would make it less about you getting tested and more about let's go get tested together.
Why would y'all not see each other? Why? It's April. Why have y'all not seen each other since November?
Because he's cheating.
Nah, we don't went front door.
I mean, she say he's ignoring her.
He said, what'd she say? There have been weeks. We FaceTime every day, but there have been weeks in the past where he would ignore me. Yeah. So that means y'all don't FaceTime every day.
Right.
Right.
I don't understand that.
Okay.
How you gonna ignore you if you FaceTime?
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe they FaceTime every day now, but there were weeks in the past where he would ignore.
Oh, okay.
He was definitely doing his thing in New York. I mean, it's New York, for crying out loud.
I mean, she coming from Atlanta. He should be asking her to get.
That's true. Both of them. To be honest.
That's
just
why,
because you was messing around with a girl don't mean you need to get tested.
I mean, and that's why I say, you know, they both need to be tested. You know what I mean? Like, and she instead of making it seem like he's doing something wrong, is like, hey, we're doing this as a couple. You know what I mean? Just because we want full disclosure and we want transparency in this relationship.
But I mean, don't think in any way, shape, or form. It's still kind of messed up. I mean, unless you have a reason specifically to think that something's going on, like, you're not going to tell me, well, you should get tested, and then I'm going to be like, oh, this is cool. Because clearly you think you have some kind of mistrust. But, I mean, this is assuming that everything's on a level. Right?
Well, I would say that because I know me and I have nothing to hide, if my woman was to come to me and say, hey, we're going to get tested together, I wouldn't have a problem with it because I ain't got nothing to hide.
So it's her approach and she's not asking the right question.
Absolutely. But if she go to him and he get all defensive about why you want me to get tested? He probably doing something, which I can almost guarantee you, young lady, he is doing something.
But what if he's 100% faithful? He's offended by the fact that she's asking him to get tested.
I mean, I would be offended.
If you're not doing anything, why would you be offended?
It's not about whether it's okay to do.
Yeah.
It's about the fact that you don't even think enough of me to ask me the question instead of coming to me and saying you should get tested.
Okay.
Like, you're not even asking me a question. You're saying...
You're automatically assuming that I'm doing something and I need to get
exactly.
tested. I got it.
Exactly.
Understood. That makes sense.
So what's the moral of the story? What are we telling her?
Your man's cheated?
That's what Remon's saying. Look, Remon said a bunch of good stuff, and he said some bull. Okay? So, you should go approach the situation like, let's both get tested. That's the right way to handle it.
Yeah.
You know, you just, and just try to bill it as you want to reassure and affirm that everything is safe at home and reconnect, make sure that y'all are still experiencing that love and that connection that you had. But I mean,
and don't be surprised if, you know, a few months from now there's a side baby that pops up.
I hate this guy. What's more VTRS up next?
Subway Restaurants features a different 6-inch sub for $3.50 every day. At participating restaurants, additional charges for extras plus applicable tax. No additional discounts or coupons may be applied.
Remon's in here looking at old pictures of, actually not old pictures. We're looking at Mashonda, Swizz Beatz ex-wife. You know, who have some guy talk right now trying to figure out who, you know, who was a better choice, Alicia Keys or Mashonda.
It's not even a question.
Mashonda has aged very well, though.
It's not a question, though. Like, Alicia all day. I don't even know how you could be talking. I don't know how you could talk right now.
For you to say it's not a question, I sure am questioning.
Yeah, I know.
I don't. There's a package deal here. Like, Alicia is...
She's the better package.
Right.
The better package.
I mean, she just... I don't understand what we're talking about.
Mashonda was bad, though.
Right, but that's just
is bad.
Guys, like,
Mashonda is
guys, you have to look deeper. You have to look past the body and past the physical.
I've seen pictures of her reading the Bible.
That's Photoshop, dog.
No, she's actually reading the Bible. Now, whether it was real or not is a question.
Sure.
Alicia fine. And
Alicia fine, too.
Goodness gracious. Random Uber fact. According to a study done by the American Medical Association, taking aspirin to prevent a hangover will usually have the opposite effect. Yellostar, do you agree with this?
I don't take aspirin, so.
You take anything for hangover?
I sure do.
What do you take?
It used to be Tylenol, now it's Aleve.
Okay.
But I don't know what that person was talking about. It's tried and true method. You're doing something wrong.
Fix it, Jesus. Final shout outs, comments, Yellostar.
Just shout out to y'all for listening. Wherever you are in the world, know that somebody loves you. And if you're not sure, just call somebody in your phone. Just call anybody in your phone and talk to them. That's it. Your boy Yellow.
Real quick, I just want to shout out to everybody that's been tuning in to the Vincent Tucker Radio Show. We greatly appreciate y'all. Shout out to the rest of the cast, the crew, Myskenna, Charity E. Shout out to DJ SQ, Chris P. Shout out to the homie Logic who's getting married. Shout out to we putting his jersey up in the Raptors. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna go out with a bang today.
Congratulations.
Shout out to the homie Suave Burgundy. You know, who's gonna be DJing the function. So we gonna get live today, you know what I mean? But it's all a celebration for love and life. It's a beautiful thing, you know what I'm saying? That's it for this young man, Remon. I'm up out of here. Peace and many blessings.
Hey, bonus Uber fact. If you commit suicide in Japan by jumping in front of a train, the family of the deceased will be charged a disruption fee.
Yeah, people used to do that in Japan a lot.
Why?
Should it be right for the family to get charged though?
What they were doing, they were trying to make money.
We didn't control him jumping in front of the train.
Get hold of your kids.
For the crew, Vincent, R&Pee, Tucker. See y'all on the other side.
Every episode of the award-winning Vincent Tucker Radio Show is produced by Aaron Channel. Executively produced by Aaron Channel, Arkena Dansberg, Cornelius Johnson, and Vincent Heartbreak Tucker. Launched in December 2007, the VTRS is a CWC Entertainment Group LLC production.